Hey, what's up, Jabari? How are you?
Pretty good.
Good. We just talked to Alex about this too, but you're one of the first players we've got that actually has gone through the whole coronavirus situation. Just tell us about your process and how long it took you to clear, and if you were symptomatic, and how it all went for you.
Uh, I got it, I think, middle of June, and I took my test. So I knew it way before we had to get into Sacramento. So I knew I wasn't going to be there in the beginning of the workouts. But yeah, just really staying low key, staying to myself like you're supposed to. And that's like lasted for like 5 days, and I retested and came back negative. But with the NBA, you have to test negative twice in a row. So it took me a while to test twice in a row because I was building the antibodies and also trying to get it out of my system. But it was really clear within those last couple of weeks of June.
Um, we know that you guys are shorthanded up front. What is this opportunity going to look like for you? Because it seems like you will be on the court come Wednesday when the team plays against Miami.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Just always staying prepared. I don't get caught up in predetermined issues. I always, stay humble and I stay grounded. And I don't really try to look at what I've done before and what I'm doing up to this point, but I'm just trying to, stay focused.
Next up is Sean Cunningham.
Hey Jabari, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Do you, after going through the experience that you did, I mean, did you obviously when you get it, you probably had some different feelings about it before getting it. Was it scary at any point when you first learned about it, and do you kind of change behaviors after once you get it, or you know what I mean?
No, you just can't be afraid. You have to let it take its course, and most importantly, you got to use your faith and a higher purpose, and that's what I had. And I wasn't fearful because I am pretty healthy. I'm active, and I know that I relied on the strong immune system that I've been building up to this point to really carry me over. But actually, it hits everybody differently. It hit me about the same as everybody has been able to tell. But I'm able to, fight it off so fast, and God willing.
Yeah, and then being around teammates again, kind of incorporating yourself back into practice. Is this when you came to Sacramento, obviously you're still kind of dealing with a little bit of an injury. Is this about kind of like a fresh start for you?
Every start is a fresh start. Every day is a new day, and I just try to take that approach, just trying to get better. And I feel good right now. Shoulder feels good, and I'm just more importantly just trying to stay focused.
Jason Anderson.
Hey, Jabari, good to see you. Hey, I'm interested in what you said a moment ago. You tested negative, and then you had trouble testing negative twice in a row after that point. Is that right? Did the doctors indicate? I mean, were those false positives, or did they explain why that was happening?
Well, from my knowledge, I think it was three genes that they really look at, and it was two of those three genes that I always had negative, but one was always showing up, and I had to completely get the three out of my system in order to be able to be in the NBA.
Huh. Was that a frustrating process? Just trying to clear those protocols.
No, not at all, because I knew that it was just time that it had to take its course and just had to be patient.
Got a few more. Jason Jones.
Okay, there you go, Jabari.
Hmm.
Okay, here you go. Hey, sorry about that. You mentioned your shoulder when you first got to Sacramento. Just how was in recovering from that? How far along were you from being healthy from that when play shut down? And when did you first feel like, hey, my shoulder's 100% and everything's good to go?
That was a while back, so my recollection isn't really up to date. But I know that the time that we had off really helped me get in the gym to stay at a private facility that I had up in Milwaukee. And I was just working out, and I really took the time mentally to just refocus and learn a little bit about myself. And above this all, this has been a big, big blessing for me because it really slowed down life, and it really helped me get grounded, and really helpful during that process.
And what's the process been like working back in the practice as far as the individual work and getting you all the way back into fully integrated into practice?
It's been good. They've been doing a really good job, just making sure I ease in and that I don't try to go to 0 to 100. And that's where I've been at during this time. So a week ago was my first time on the court, and right now is the first time in practice. So it's been real good.
You got G-Man up next.
Jabari, I'm curious, how would you evaluate your conditioning now? How close are you to being in game shape?
I mean, that's just different, game shape, soon to be. Well, you got to really get in the game to really notice. So, I have a better question to that by the time it gets there.
How much has this virus situation and the interruption impacted your physical presence and trying to get into top conditioning?
Well, it really just taught me that as an ordinary person, not playing every day, that you have to do something. And really, I really stayed in and locked in and tried to do as many exercises as I could around the house and at the facilities that I had. So really didn't make a difference. I made sure that I exercised every day and just try to follow a regular routine. And that's the base and the foundation I have for the rest of my life.
All right, got last one here, Jason Anderson again.
Hey, Jabari, one more. Having experienced your share of injuries over the years, do you have a message for Marvin, who's kind of been snake bitten a little bit by that?
Yeah, I mean, all that stuff doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Injuries is a part of life. It's normal. I always say that God gives us gifts, and he gives us those gifts through challenges, and they come in different shapes and forms. And it really, to him, is not a big deal. It's really haven't been a big deal for me in my career because it is what it is. And, I'm just grateful that we have that relationship. So I'm just trying to keep him on my mind and keep him in my prayers. And I'll just try to be a good friend for him.